Okay, well, what we have here is we're going to go through some examples on how to use complex zeros and how to find the remaining complex zeros of a given function and produce a product of linear factors. And we're going to do this without a calculator. And what we're going to be given is a complex zero that is imaginary, and we're going to use that to find all the remaining ones. So without further ado, let's try this one out. So what we have here is a polynomial expression, which is a quadratic function. And we are asked to find the complex zeros and linear factors. We're given one complex zero, which is 1 plus 3i. And so, and how to approach this, what we're going to do is find, I guess, its conjugate. Because we know our complex numbers that have imaginaries come in conjugate pairs. So what we know is that we have 1 minus 3i is another 0. Now from there, we're going to factor those out. Now there's a bunch of different ways of factoring these out. But I'm going to create the product of linear factors of these given zeros. Plus 3i. And then we're going to have x minus 1, minus 3i. Minus 3i. We're going to take this, and instead of taking each one of these individual books suggested doing using synthetic division, I'm going to suggest taking and using line division. I think it's going to be a faster process and maybe help us out a little bit more. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these and we're going to multiply them through. And we're going to create our quadratic factor. And we have is plus 1, it's going to be plus 9, which will be plus 10. All right, so there we have, there's our. So from here now, we're going to take this. Now we're going to take that and divide out of this polynomial. And since it's a quartic and we're dividing a quadratic, what we get is another quadratic. So that's why we're doing it. I'm going to take this one right here. And we'll get rid of this other stuff. And we'll take this, and now I'm going to divide that into my polynomial x to the fourth minus 2x cubed. So from here, we're going to divide this through, and so we're going to take x squared, we have x to the fourth, it's going to give us plus 10x squared, and then make sure we do the opposite, cancel. That's going to cancel. That's nice. And we have is negative 5x squared. Okay. Bring down the plus 10x, and then bring down the minus 50. Okay. Next we're going to have is this is going to be negative 5. So negative 5. So we have negative 5x squared. That's going to give us plus 10x. And we have minus 50. And what do you know? Opposite. All right. Cancel, cancel, cancel. And that is our factor. So what we just did was we created another quadratic factor, and this here is our other quadratic factor. Now, to find the remaining like zeros, we're going to find the zeros of x squared minus 4. And we know these remaining zeros. Cool. Now, to find our linear factors, which is a product of linear factors, we're going to take our remaining zeros, which we have right here, to multiply them by other factors. All right, and then x plus the square root of 5 and times x minus 1 plus 3i, and so on and so forth. So this here's our x factors. That's how we solve the problem. Well, I hope this problems that will ask you to find complex zeros and linear factors. Pi of the conjugate, use that to create a quadratic factor, real coefficients, divide that out, find your other quadratic, and simplify. All right, so good looking, God bless.